Thanks for watching the talk by Benjamin from STMicro about the LoRa SOC they launched. There's already been a lot of questions, but also we have here directly from ST, Joan Hamilton and Benoit Tech. So Benjamin, can you maybe introduce the team first, and then we'll dive into some questions after that.
Sure. Hi, Vinke, and hi, everyone. So, of course, thank you, the Things Industries, for organizing this virtual conference. We're very glad and excited to be here in this very strange worldwide situation. So anyway, I'm Benjamin, in charge of on the marketing side of this STM32WL project. And chip, and here I'm here with the application and the RF experts. So Johan Bouvet, Benoit Marchand, and Hamilton Querino. So we will be glad to answer all your questions today.
Okay, perfect. That's great. Great, you could all make it to this call. So first of all, at the start of this year, you launched a product. You did an announcement at CES. Of course, you did a more detailed talk on the Things conference. What was the market response until now?
Well, for now, the market response is extremely good. We are pushing the product in a wide variety on vertical markets in metering, asset tracking, also smart home or smart industries. We are already touching many key accounts and actually new customers as well. So we're very glad now to have a full industrial capability and to be ready for production with that first BGA73 chip. So yeah, the market answer for now is definitely very good. We can already feel that this chip is a kind of a breakthrough, new LoRaWAN enabler.
Okay, that's great. So you see the response for the market that it's very positive. That's great to hear. So then you already addressed a bit of the availability. That's of course the number one question. So when can developers or companies get their hands on it? So can you tell a bit about availability on what's available and?
Yeah. So that's what I highlighted in my previous answer, that we are actually today in production, meaning that we have industrial capabilities. So if you have a very nice project, you're definitely welcome to call your local sales office and describe your project, and we will be ready and more than happy to provide industrial volumes of such chip. And then the mass market launch or mass market availability of this chip will happen later this year. So it was planned after summer, but due to coronavirus situation, there might be some impact on the schedule, but definitely later this year for sure.
Okay, great. That's a very clear answer. So also just with regards to development kits, what you're saying, just reach out to your local distributor or sales office and ask them for the development kit. Okay, so maybe a bit more into the then one step into the broader wireless ecosystem that ST is providing. Of course, you're well known for your Wi-Fi modules. This is a huge business line that you're operating. So do you see any from a business perspective any systems integrators, device makers that you have a good relationship with that are on other wireless technologies that you now see excited for LoRaWAN because it's part of the ST ecosystem now?
So can you rephrase? Maybe I didn't get the last part.
So you're building the LoRa capability on top of the ST platform and ecosystem, so it's easier to adopt if you're already familiar with the ST platform and ecosystem. Do you see also more interest from that ecosystem itself, or is it really directly coming from the LoRa ecosystem?
That's a very nice question indeed. So you're right. We already had some STM32 customers who performed up to now discrete implementation, which was the actual only way to perform LoRaWAN implementation. So indeed, of course, obviously, these customers already used to the LoRaWAN ecosystem are very interested with the STM32WL, but also we can feel that some newcomers arrive inside the ecosystem as well. Some customer you wouldn't think of, such as, for example, toys makers, or also some other funny applications. That's right, and indeed also we can observe some arrivals from new module makers, for example. So yeah, for sure, the already existing customers and people already involved into LoRaWAN, inside LoRaWAN, remain very focused and interested, and we observe newcomers as well.
So, okay, great. So let's dive into the technical questions. So one of the questions that was asked is, what is the power consumption L0 versus L4?
Well, I think we answered this question already in the chat. So let me go back. Yeah, so we answered to Xavier with standby with 32 KB RAM retention. The order of magnitude for this is 360 nanoamp. Then for stop mode with the RTC enabled is around 1 microamp. And compared to L4, the standby is for 420 nanoamp, and stop mode is around 1.4 microamp. So the consumption has actually been improved thanks to this kind of new low power strategy, and then more and a smarter, I would say, integration and architecture, low power architecture.
Okay. Cool. So, another question here. So, will full embed support be available at launch?
Yes. At one point, it will be ready for sure. At launch, not necessarily at launch, but for sure, embed is part of our roadmap.
Okay. Okay, cool. Then a very specific question is here: if we supply a SoC with a 8 volts VDD, how it will affect the maximum RF output power? Maybe somebody on the team can answer that.
Yes.
You can find this information on the datasheet of the product in the table 27. So if you go to the ST.com website and search for STM32WL, you will find the datasheet of the product, and in the table 27, you will find the sub-gigahertz radio power consumption in transmission mode. So, for example, I can give to you guys some examples from this table. For example, for 1.8 volts, you can get 50 dBms. You can also, with this power supply, get 40 dBms. So all this information is available on the datasheet of the product.
Yes, it's good to remind that the datasheet of the product is already available on ST.com. So ST.com/STM32WL, and you actually can get there the reference manual of the product, the datasheet, and other resources such as marketing presentation and other very nice application notes for you guys and girls.
All right, perfect. Maybe if you're, I don't know if it's possible to paste the link in the comments, but sure, otherwise our team will do. Just forward it to Lawrence, and then he will post it in the chat. Okay. Question that just came in from Martin Tims. Would it be possible to develop code and program on the STM32WL with platform I/O at an open source IDE? I would say that any IDE will do, but is this something you guys can answer?
Yeah. I'm not familiar with this IDE in particular, but anyway, yeah, the chip will be fully open. So maybe Johan, Benoit, you want to comment this one? Johan?
Yes. Sorry, I was mute. So we provided on Kyle, on IR Workbench, and also Cube IDE, so the ST open source platform.
Yeah.
For all projects.
Okay. Yeah, that's great to hear. Then moving to another question: can the BPSK transmitter run at 800 BPS?
So 600 BPS is okay for sure, and 800 should work as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's anything to comment on that? Maybe to elaborate a bit on the ideas, maybe by John, on the capabilities here.
So the chip is Johan, please go ahead.
So the chip has been tried for 100 bits per second to 800 bits to 600 bits per second. But since 800 is a couple of, let's say, percent more than 600, I don't expect that there is big issues going a little bit higher in bit rates. But don't expect that you will do 1 megabit per second, for instance, with BPSK, right? So it will be okay for low data rates.
Okay, perfect. Let me see. Is there going to be a model with the WL which includes USB support?
So that's something we might consider on the next versions on the chip, but it's not planned in this first die.
Okay, perfect. I think we have seen all the questions answered. So if anybody has any further questions, feel free to post them now. So maybe for you guys on the team, anything else interesting except from what's already been shared that you see is interesting for developers that you can share?
So actually, I think that what we presented in Amsterdam last January covers the offer quite exhaustively for now. So the 7 key points that were highlighted is the multi-modulation capability of the chip with LoRa, of course, but also GFSK, GMSK, BPSK. We highlighted the massive integration inside the chip, everything on the same silicon die. Everything is open, so the users will always be able to implement whatever they want inside the chip, which is an ultra-low power chip, of course, because it's based on STM32WL architecture. It's fully ready for the IoT because the same security features that what can be found on general purpose MCUs can be found as well inside this one. So I stated last January that a large offer is coming. So indeed, we hit the market in January with a BGS73 package. Another package will come down the road quite soon, actually, and which will be QFN48, which will actually enable lower cost PCB, I would say, so more affordable PCBs. And as usual, we have 10 years longevity commitment. So whenever we hit the market with a chip, we ensure to be able to provide the same part number for at least 10 years in the same way as what we always do with our other GPE MCUs for sure. So that's what I could remind and highlight right now. The new information that I could share today is the coming arrival of the QFN48 package, I think.
Okay, maybe 2 words on the Nucleo that we are preparing, Benjamin.
Yes.
So today we are working on the Nucleo that will bring an high band and low band version. So the high band is is featured to give from both 864 up to 930, and the matching network that is being tuned for these boards will be for us as well a reference design that can be used freely by customers. I've seen some questions.
Super interesting, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen some questions on the chat about it, so that can be used as reference design.
Okay, that's not only evaluation board, but it's also a reference design. That's super interesting. Okay, so seems that that you've launched a very interesting product. We think the market feedback has been very positive. I can actually confirm that as well, what we heard from the market. So it's great to have you here on the show. I think we addressed all the questions, and yeah, I think the main question is for people, how can we get our hands on it? And your answer there was go to your local sales SD sales office or distributor.
For now that's the official answer. Yeah.
That's the official answer. Okay, great. So yeah, we're gonna follow this closely. We're super excited to see what's coming up next from you guys. And then I want to thank you very much for participating, and we'll close off this session.
Always a pleasure. Thank you very much, Vinke and Things Industries.
Hey, thanks a lot.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.